Real Talk. Easton hadn't texted me in days. He hated me. I was sure of it. I texted him just to test the waters. Me. Did you want to watch any more Quantico at some point? Easton. I do, but I just have to find time. Haha. Me. Alright, no worries. Just let me know if you do. Smiley face emoji. He never texted back. Our cat and mouse love reaffirmed one thing for me. I was no match for the nebulous desires of others. Easton would never date me because I was not good enough for him. He knew but couldn't tell me. He hoped I would fade into the distance and save him the discomfort of rejecting me. I wasn't worth dating, or the time involved to leave me. I was a boy playing at love and didn't belong with him. The next day, after some introspection, I decided I needed to take a step back from Easton. He was a roadblock, ruining my life every day. I couldn't surmount him. I texted him. Me. Hey, Easton, sorry if things have been awkward between us lately. I'm not really sure what that means, but I'm okay with whatever you want. Hopefully we can still be friends, but I understand we might want different things from one another. I wanted to let you know I started dating again. Regardless of whether we're dating, I'll always consider you a friend. Hopefully you're okay. Easton, I'm glad you said something because I didn't know what to say and didn't think I'd have time to explain everything. I think you're a good person and I'm attracted to you, but I don't think there's enough there to substantiate a relationship. I'm glad you're dating people and hope you find someone perfect for you. And yes, we should still be friends. Just because we've made out doesn't mean we can't still talk. I mean, don't straight guys make out with their close guy friends too? Winky face emoji. Haha. I wanted to reply and say, no, they don't. I left it alone though. There was nothing I could do. Easton didn't think there were enough feelings to substantiate a relationship, whatever that meant. I wholeheartedly disagreed, but trying to build a relationship at the moment was too painful, so I let it go. I fell into another reclusive state and isolated myself from all my friends. Days passed. School assignments piled up. And get this, my book wasn't writing itself. Like, come on. I probably never would have chosen to write a book if I'd known books don't write themselves. So add that unpleasant revelation to all the bullshittery going on in my life. Absolutely ridiculous. Thursday night dragged on at the same painful rate as Fast Sunday. I stayed home from USGA, refusing to deal with the inevitable stupidity that accompanied human interaction. And of course, I received this text. Easton, are you doing all right? Missed you at USGA tonight. Me. I understand you aren't wanting to date, but I'm having a hard time getting over it. I figured it would be easier not to see you. Easton. I thought you had decided to date other people? Me. I assumed you weren't interested in me and didn't know how to tell me because you weren't texting. I was trying to take the pressure off you if you weren't wanting to date anymore. Easton. Oh, Johnny. Look, I don't know what I want. I have problems with being vulnerable, so that might be why. I just want someone I can connect with and who will take care of me. I guess since you're still so new to this, I realized you can't be that. And with your whole church thing, I don't want to make things worse. I didn't respond. Easton, what are you thinking? Me, I get it. Me, I'm just not sure why your mind changed. You are helping me get through a lot of my problems, even though you didn't necessarily know. Easton, there's not really any particular reason. I mean, your dedication to your bishop and the church kind of bugged me, but that didn't change a whole lot. Easton, I have severe chronic depression and an abusive past. I don't know how to trust people and allow them to get close. Easton, I just can't. Me, okay. I get there's no way to force the situation, which is why I backed off. I'm sorry you feel that way. Easton, I'm sorry I couldn't let you in. I'm working on it, but it just takes too much time and patience for people to stick around. If I cut people loose early, then they can't hurt me. Me, right. Easton, please try to understand. I've fucked up so many times in life and I don't know how to fix it. This is just another example. I don't mean to sound like a martyr, I just don't know how to explain it any better. Me, I'm trying to understand. It hurt a lot when I came to terms with the fact that you don't want to date because I've never liked anyone more than you. Easton, then I need to say something. If you liked me that much, why did you date and sleep with Noah instead of me? We never officially dated, but you and Noah did. That hurt me a lot to know that he was your first. I pushed it off like it wasn't a big deal, but it was. It got me thinking that you'd be just like everyone else and leave me. I started falling in love with you, but then the stuff happened. Me. Honestly, there's nothing I can really say to refute that. It doesn't matter that I wish I could take it back because I can't. I know I made mistakes. I wish I hadn't done it, especially since I know it hurts you. I just got into an awkward situation and didn't really know how to get out. I screwed up. Easton, it's hard for me to see a future with us because we seem to want different things and go down different paths. Me, it's not something we really talked about, but I get it. Easton, I want someone I can commit to for a long time. I just figured you weren't at that point yet. Also, with your probation, I just worry something would happen to prolong that. Me, aside from what I've done in the past, I feel like a lot of our problems are coming from the fact that we haven't talked about the future. It's hard to develop a relationship without a direction. Me, sorry if that sounded dumb. Easton, nah, it's a good point. It's hard for me to picture a future when I'm still trying to get over my past, so I typically don't talk much about either. But I do agree with you. Me, I'm hesitant to push anything. I know this conversation doesn't fix anything. How would you feel about talking things over sometime? It doesn't have to mean anything or lead to anything, but I feel like it would be nice to talk things over. Easton, I'm worried I'd forget what to say being right there with you, but it would be good to talk. And maybe we could talk somewhere other than a car. It'd be nice to actually face you. Me, that would be nice. Easton, the problem is we go to BYU and it's winter. Kind of narrows down the options. Slanty face emoji. We decided on the library. Easton scheduled study room 5821 for 2 hours on the afternoon of January 31st. I thought of nothing else leading up to our meeting. I was more nervous about this than I had been for my disciplinary council. I ran through the looming conversation in my mind 1,000 times. I had wanted to tell Easton so much, and I was worried this would be my last chance to do so. I needed to get it right. The anxiety was torture. Several times I tried to eat and couldn't. My stomach twisted in jittery hysterics. I loved Easton, and I knew we were meant to be together. Whatever struggles we were having, we could resolve them. He wanted to be with me. I knew he did, deep down. He would come around, eventually. He would. I arrived at the study room a half-hour early, sitting in the drab white room on a rickety wooden chair at an ancient table. The room was the most remote corner of the library. Apparently, such a place warranted last century's furniture. The room even smelled like old wood. The door opened. Easton's head peeked into the room before he opened the door fully and came in. He wore the same red shirt from his most recent Facebook profile picture. As usual, just looking at him made me love him. There was something about him. He held himself so well, yet under that facade was a strength born of pain. Easton sat in the seat to my right, at the table's head. Hey. I waved. How have you been? Busy, Easton said. I lowered my gaze to the worn grain of the table. Easton fixed hard eyes on me. What did you want to talk about? His tone wasn't entirely hostile, but it was far from friendly. None of my imaginings had prepared me for this beginning to the conversation. I had assumed the reason for our meeting was to try to resolve past issues and define what we both wanted out of a relationship. But here he was coming out swinging and playing ignorant. All my prepared expositions died on my lips, and I fell speechless before Easton's scrutinizing gaze. I don't know. A desire to be far away put me off to a bad start. I guess I just wanted to talk. Okay, Easton said. So talk. I wanted to cry. It was all going wrong. I just don't understand. Easton looked at me with pity and contempt reflected in his eyes. I don't know what happened. He finally seemed to address the context of our last conversation. I took a deep breath, wishing I could admit that I loved him. But I couldn't. Claire had told me she loved me the day after our first date. I hadn't been ready for her to love me. She used her emotion to subsidize our relationship. I would not do the same for Easton. I couldn't tell him I loved him. I have a lot of emotions for you? I felt worse than pathetic. Easton leaned back in his chair, sighing. You are so confusing. When we first met, I thought you liked Daniel. The absurdity of the statement caused me to scoff. Why? Because you reached out to him. I thought back to my motivation for talking to Daniel. I talked to him because I liked you, and so I couldn't talk to you. So you liked me, and you showed that by contacting my best friend, Easton said. Well, yeah, I said. It had made perfect sense at the time, but now the logic crumbled like old stone before an apoplectic hurricane. The other day when we were texting, you said I was helping you in ways I didn't know about. Easton said. What were you talking about? How can you explain what it's like to be around a person whose mere presence set the world right? Easton gave me an alternative to self-hatred. He helped me realize that being gay wasn't so awful. I was proud of who I was for the first time, because of him. I gained a new sense of self and found courage to come out to my family. He distracted me from the shame of my relationship with Claire. He gave me ridiculous levels of optimism. Around him, I could do anything, be anyone. What Easton had done for me meant more than anything I knew how to express to him. My answer was weak, teeming with the desire to be far away from Easton's critical eye. I just wasn't in a good place, and you were helping me. That's all. Easton nodded, turning from me. I guess this is it then. That's it? I mean, if you have a reason for us to date, I'll hear it. I met his hard eyes. What did he want from me? Did he want me to beg? Did he want me to argue? I wouldn't argue a case before him like Claire had done to me and expect mutual understanding to be the outcome. I drew the line at trying to change his mind. Easton stood as if to leave. I guess that's it. What am I supposed to do? I asked. I couldn't imagine just going back to my life before Easton. Look, don't get too down. Someone will love you eventually, Easton said. I gritted my teeth, wanting to scream at him. I wanted to rip his stupid, sympathetic eyes out. People had loved me. The problem wasn't someone loving me. The problem was me loving someone else. Easton was the first person I had loved. The first person I felt pain over losing. I would never fall in love with another person. Love would forever be a hypothetical emotion. Something I once experienced, but had lost. I didn't respond. I'll leave first, Easton said, so we don't have to walk out together. I nodded. Easton left me in thought. My expectation for the meeting had been like Mr. Darcy, looking so damn sexy in the rain as he professes his love in the Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice. The reality was much closer to the "she doesn't even go here" scene in Mean Girls. I sat defeated for 10 minutes before grabbing my backpack and walking home. I received a text. Claire, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much are you done with me?